तो चील जी, you are also very ready. स्वागत है आपका. तो should we wait? अभी तो 3-4 लोग ही आए. 48 आ गए. Okay. Sandeep, should we start?
Just a minute, ma'am.
So welcome all and everyone to
Yes.
this session of bonsai care and how to work on bonsai in monsoon season. We have again Sheel Yadav ji. Last year she had given us a very informative session on bonsai, so which created lots of interest amongst us. हमारे बहुत सारे नए लोग भी थे जिन्होंने कभी bonsai किया नहीं था, वो भी they started doing it. So as you know, Sheel Yadav has been in this bonsai art since very long, since 1988. She has been doing the bonsai works, and she has been a member of our prestigious, जिसका नाम हम बचपन में बस सुना करते थे कि Indian Bonsai Association, and she's been the member of Indian Bonsai Association since 1993 and member of the board also. She was the president of Bonsai Association, and now she has risen more higher, and she's a goddess to all of us. So she is an advisor to Indian Bonsai Association. She has widely traveled abroad. I happened to see her few works also, and I was much inspired. So she's so immaculate, she's so imaginative. I am full praise of that, and her work speaks about her. So welcome once again, everyone. And I would ask Sheel ji to start her work, whatever she wants to guide us, and she would advise us to do in this monsoon season. Jai Hind, Sheel ji. Over to you. Mic is muted. Unmute yourself.
Sorry. Jai Hind, Ramaji, and all the members. Am I audible now? आप सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे? Ramaji?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ramaji, for your very kind words. बहुत कुछ कह दिया आपने. हम तो अभी सीख ही रहे हैं. आप ही की तरह हम भी सीख रहे हैं. Whenever we see any master's work, whether it's international or national, we learn from that, and this learning process is unending. We keep on learning, and we keep on sharing whatever we have learned with others also. So even I'll try to do that thing today also. I'll share whatever I have learned with all of you. So now the monsoon season has not started. I'll not say monsoons are here. We are still waiting for the monsoons in Delhi. But yeah, you can start your work on your bonsai. So those states who have humidity level very high throughout the year or most of the months, they are very lucky they can work on their plants whenever they feel like. But in Delhi and in NCR and even in all other states of North India also, we have to wait for the monsoons, because that's the golden period when we can work on our plants. the humidity level of the year is very high during July, August, September. So that's the golden period when we can work on plants. So, and even due to the favorable condition, plants themselves start sprouting and giving new shoots and growth. So that's the best time to work upon, and the energy level is higher in that thing. So for that time, we have to start our work in end of June. I normally start work on my plants in last week of June, because we don't work on them after March or February. So in between these 2-3 months, they grows a lot, and this is the right time to give them one more cut so that the next tertiary and secondary branches develops. So we have to keep on cutting, and the cut and grow method is the best one. We have to cut our plants and then let them grow after a few time of maybe you can say a month or 2 months, depends on the weather condition. You have to again cut the new branches. So that's the process of pruning. So first thing what we can do during the monsoon is the pruning of our plants. Pruning, as you all know, is of 3 types. First is a hard pruning. In hard pruning, you cut while you have a material with you and you want to create a bonsai. That's the time when you have to cut few branches which are not required. So to give a shape and to keep the branches which are essential for your style. So that's called the hard pruning, which you do either to remove any branch just to maintain the shape or to give the shape, basic shape of the bonsai in the starting stage. That's the time when you do the hard pruning. The second pruning, which is called the soft pruning, that is done to develop different branches and to cut short those branches so that other branches develops. That is to maintain the shape of your already existing bonsai. That's called the soft pruning. And the third kind of pruning is called the pinching. When your plant is fully developed, all the branches are at their place, all the secondary, tertiary branches, all the pads you want to make, everything is ready. But the plant never stops growing. So it keeps on growing in season. So just to maintain the shape, sometimes you have to do the soft pruning, and the soft pruning is mostly done with your fingers. So that's called the soft pruning, just to maintain the shape of a fully developed, fully well-shaped bonsai. So these are the 3 types of prunings. Now to do pruning, first I'll say always do pruning yourself. Don't depend on your masters or your seniors. जब तक आप अपने हाथ से pruning नहीं करेंगे, आपको नहीं आएगा. Whenever you will take your plant to the workshop, they will, whoever the learned person will be there, will just prune your plant and give it back to you. He must be having a shape in his mind while doing the pruning or shaping the plant, but you don't know about that thing. So you keep your plant with you, study it nicely. You can take advice of your seniors, your masters, but you have to use your scissor yourself to learn this art. आपको अपने हाथ से काम करना पड़ेगा, तभी आपको नेक्स्ट स्टेप समझ में आएगा, अदरवाइज नहीं आएगा. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप हर बार सही कट दें और वो आपका प्लांट सही हो. आप गलतियां भी करेंगे, हमने बहुत गलतियां की हैं. We have learned from our mistakes, and the same thing you have to do. Keep on working your plant. Sometimes you may go wrong, but again, due to that, you will learn how to do the pruning, how to go in right direction. So for that, I'll just show you how to do pruning. So first, to do pruning, every plant have different kind of leaf structure. There are different kind of leaf structures in different plants. Whatever your material is, keep in front of you, study it nicely. You have to study the leaf structure of your plant. some of the, see, as you can see, this is the material. This is Vex malpighia, which is in my hand. You can see here, you have leaf growing from this node, and then again. So two of the, this one have, Vex malpighia have alternative leaf structure. So whenever you want to do, okay, so Vex malpighia have this kind of structure. Even the ficus have this kind of structure where the alternative branches are coming from alternative nodes. Leaves are coming from the alternative nodes. In some plants, you have two leaves coming from one place, and like in jade. Like in jade, here you'll see two leaves are coming from one point. One is going in the left direction, one is going in right direction, and the next leaves are in other two directions. One is coming towards me and one is coming towards you. So in jade and in some other plants, the leaf structure is that a pair of leaves is on left and right, and other next pair is on back and front. So you have to decide where to give cut. That's the most important thing you have to learn. And in other, if you see, then the third kind of leaf structure can be like this of the needles. In pine and junipers and in casuarina, you have needles instead of leaves. So in this thing, there are needles. Wherever you cut, supposedly I give a cut here, the next branch will start coming from the node of this needle, and it will go in this direction. If I give a cut here, this will go in this direction. So before starting work on your plant, you have to study the leaf structure of your plant very, very nicely. Accordingly, if you will give a wrong cut to your plant in wrong direction, supposedly I have this one, my plant is growing like this, and I want a leaf to the next branch, my next branch to go downward. Then I will give a cut just above the leaf which is coming from the downward node. So I will give a cut. See, I'll give a cut here. So after some time, from the node of this leaf, a new branch will start coming. It will sprout from here, and it will go in downward direction. Supposedly, I want a leaf, and my next branch, I want upward. So I will just give a cut here, so that the next branch will come from here and it will go upward. So this is the basic of pruning, which you have to keep in mind while giving a cut. No hurry. Don't cut your plant. First, study your plant very nicely. Then it will be very easy for you to prune your plant. Now I will show you how to prune a plant. Okay. Sorry, I'm just adjusting it to the plant. Yes. I think now it's you can see very clearly. See it here. Yeah, right. You can see this plant. This is Vex malpighia, and this is a cascade. This is under training these days. So now, after a few months growth, after I gave last cut to this one in March and left it to grow, because always you have to cut and then feed your plants nicely, and then you have to leave them for the next growth. And once that growth comes, after that you have to give next cut. So this is my plant. This is already totally jumbled. So what you have to do first, do the cleanup. For doing the cleanup, you have to clean all the branches, all the leaves growing at all the joints. You have to clear the joints. Once you clear the joint, then only you will be able to see where the branches are and where you want to keep this. This is my soft pruning, where I'm doing it to maintain the shape. So clear all the joints at least till 1 inch. Once you'll clear it, then the thing will be very clear to you. Then the selection of branches will become very easy once the thing is cleared. So just remove with your hands leaves growing at the joint of the branches. The moment you will clear the joints, structure will be very easily visible to you. See, I have cleared this thing. I hope the things, you can see it very clearly. I have cleared this branch only right now. So after clearing, it's very clear to me that few branches are going upward, which I don't want. I don't want to create pads. If you want to create pad, then you can keep the upward branches. But some branches go totally straight upward. I'll just cut them. And I'll cut all the branches which are going towards the trunk line. So nothing should go, when you keep branches, nothing should go towards the trunk line. अंदर की तरफ को कोई ब्रांच नहीं जानी चाहिए. सारी ब्रांचेस बाहर की तरफ को आपको डेवलप करनी है और नीचे की तरफ भी कुछ नहीं जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप नीचे को ब्रांच डेवलप कर लेंगे, आप उसको कर भी लेंगे, लेकिन कुछ टाइम के बाद में क्योंकि उसको सनलाइट नहीं मिलेगी तो वो वैसे मर जाएगी. तो इट्स बेटर ऑलवेज टू रिमूव. सी दिस ब्रांच इज गोइंग डाउनवर्ड. आई विल जस्ट रिमूव दिस थिंग. The same way this branch is going inside towards the trunk line. I will just remove that also. The same way this branch is going, I will just remove all those branches which are either going towards the trunk line or downward. First, I will remove them. Step by step, work on your plant step by step. No hurries. क्योंकि पौधा आप उसको अच्छे से स्टडी करेंगे. ग्रोथ अगर आपकी गलत कट जाती है उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ग्रोथ दोबारा आ जाएगी, बट आपका कुछ टाइम वेस्ट होगा. सो जस्ट टू अब नाउ दिस इज गोइंग हियर एट द जॉइंट. I will just remove this one also. I don't want. The same way this, can you see this branch is going here? Either I have choice, either I can wire it and bring it forward. I will try to do that. The same way this is going upward, I'll get her. With few cuts only, the structure will be quite visible. कभी भी एक पॉइंट से दो ब्रांचेस से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए. 3 ब्रांचेस कहीं भी किसी पॉइंट से नहीं उगनी चाहिए, तो वो फोक स्टाइल बन जाता है, विच वी डोंट वांट. एक पॉइंट से 2 ब्रांचेस ठीक है. One can go in this direction, one can go this direction. With little bit of distance, you can arrange them. But 3 branches होंगी तो बहुत ज्यादा congested होता है, तो try, avoid that thing. 3 branches shouldn't be there from one point. अब मेरा स्ट्रक्चर काफी कुछ इसकी ब्रांचेस क्लियर हो गई हैं. I have selected my branches. The same way you can select your branches. आप देख रहे होंगे बिल्कुल खुल गया है इसका सिस्टम. Now the branches which I want to keep are very clear. The same way you have to do this thing. Remove all unwanted branches. अब मेरी ये ब्रांचेस रह गई हैं इतनी. इन ब्रांचेस को मैं वायर करके प्लेस पे सेट कर दूंगी. द सेम वे मैं एक और ब्रांच को आपको दिखा देती हूँ. हाथ से आप जस्ट फटाफट रिमूव कर सकते हैं. अभी तो आपको थोड़ा इतनी जल्दी नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट एक बार आपको प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी तो आप बहुत स्पीड से कर पाएंगे इस काम को. और साथ साथ मैं ये अनवांटेड ब्रांचेस बीच में उगी हुई है, इसको निकाल देती हूँ. जैसे ही मैं निकालूंगी स्ट्रक्चर बिल्कुल क्लियर होना शुरू हो जाएगा. कुछ लोग पैड बनाते हैं, ब्रांचेस के हैं, तो आपकी चॉइस होती है आपको वेब की तरह से बनाना है या आपको पैड बनाना है. आई डोंट प्रेफर पैड स्टाइल, आई प्रेफर वेब स्टाइल. तो वेब के लिए क्या करना होता है, आपने पहली देखिए जैसे ये ब्रांच है. अच्छा, लेट मी क्लैरिफाई इट लिटिल बिट मोर, देन द थिंग विल बी इजीली seen. जितना आप क्लियर करेंगे, आपको कम से कम पत्तियां रखनी है अपने पौधे पे. जॉइंट तो आपको बिल्कुल ही क्लियर करने हैं. और कट करने से पहले कुछ लोग होते हैं पहले कट करते फिर वायरिंग करते हैं. मैं प्रेफर करती हूँ कि आप ब्रांचेस को क्लीन कर लीजिए, फिर उनको वायर करके उनकी जगह पे सेट कीजिए. उसके बाद उसकी लेंथ को डिसाइड कीजिए कि आपको कितनी लंबी रखनी है. सबका अपना थोड़ा थोड़ा स्टाइल डिफरेंट होता है, तो मैं आपको अपना स्टाइल बता रही हूँ कि मैं इस तरीके से करती हूँ. ये मेरी प्रैक्टिस है. आपकी डिफरेंट भी हो सकती है, किसी और सीनियर की बहुत डिफरेंट हो सकती है. तो ये भी वही है कि अपने स्टाइल से मैं हर कोई करता है, लेकिन आपका हमारा सबका पर्पस एक ही होता है कि हमें एक अच्छा बॉन्साई का स्ट्रक्चर अचीव करना है. उसके लिए पहले आपको सारे रूल्स रेगुलेशन को अच्छे से स्टडी करना होगा, तब आप अपने प्लांट पे बहुत इजीली काम कर पाएंगे. देखिए अब ये वाली भी क्लियर हो गई है. नाउ दिस ब्रांचेस आर वेरी क्लियर कि मुझे कौन सी रखनी है. वो ब्रांचेस मैंने थिन आउट कर दी हैं. थिनिंग करने से ही आपको ब्रांचेस का क्लैरिटी हो पाएगी कि कहाँ पे है. अदरवाइज तो वो एक इकट्ठा से जंबल लग रहा था आपको. यू हैव टू thin out your branches so that later on you can wire it. Now this is clear. I want to keep this one, I want to lengthen this one, I want to keep this one and these also. So what I will do now, I will wire them. Just clear everything going downwards, so your branches are clear. You can see your branches clearly. This is concave cutter, which we need to prune and cut the branches at very angle where the stub is not visible. So once I have cleared this thing, I will first remove the wire which was done last time. I will remove this wire. As when you wire very tightly, but with time, when the plant grows, those wire can begin, क्योंकि growth बढ़ेगी and they are very tight, so they dig into the branches. So you have to take care of that thing कि wires में dig in ना हो रही हो. You have to keep on rewiring and removing the wire and then rewiring them, because for the shaping you have to keep on wiring, but yes, remove them and then do the wiring again. Although it's a very tedious process, but yes, to work on plant, you have to really work. So I have removed this wire from this thing. I'll rewire the thing. So for rewiring, for the wiring, we use aluminum wire, which is treated, heat treated, so that they are very soft to work upon. So of different gauges, according to the branch ki thickness. According to the thickness branch, you have to choose the wire. As these branches are very soft, the way to check whether this wire is perfect for the branch or not is to just take a wire and press a little bit of that branch with that wire. If it easily goes downward, means this is the perfect gauge for that. So use that. And while wiring, always wire two branches together so that the anchoring is proper and the effect you want to give to the branch can be given very, very easily. I'll just cut the wire. Take your wire from downward. Always use your wire downward. So this way I will take and I will wire, wrap it around the branch at the degree of 45 degrees angle, at the angle of 45 degrees. And this, the second part will come here. If you already have a wiring done, so then you have to follow that direction only. You can't cross your wires while wiring. Otherwise, the effect of wiring which you want will never come. So this way you can wire, and I will wire this one also. I have to follow the direction which already is there. See, now I have wired these branches, and now I will set them wherever I want. One more wiring is required right now. While you want to become a good bonsai artist or you want to work on your plants, the first thing is you have to learn the pruning. But very, very equal thing is to learn how to do wiring properly. If there is a gap between your wires, then your wiring will not bring that effect which you want. You have to go really tight. See, This way now you can see I have wired these two branches together, this one, these two branches and this one. So now I have wired these branches. Now I will fix their place. Once you wire it properly, then it's very easy for you to set them wherever you want. You can take it downward, you can take it down, then up, and then again downward. It's up to you. It's according to your design. You can fix your branches. So I want to bring all the branches downward in one direction. So I have fixed them like this. So once you have fixed your branches, after that, you can decide the length of your branches. I don't want to, this branch is this length. In final stage, I want to make a pad of this length, but now I have to just shorten it. I will give a cut here so that the next branch will come here. It will go till here. Then again, I'll give a cut after leaving two leaves. So that's the way you have to shorten your branches and keep on developing your structure. First, the secondary branches will develop, then the tertiary branches will develop, and then all other branches will develop. So this way you can adjust your branches, and in final stage, a pad will be formed here. The same way I will wire all these branches and cut the length of this thing. So that it's a gradual process. After 3 or 4 months, there will be a next growth, and till then, these branches will thicken. So I have to open these wires and do wiring once again, and then shorten again the secondary branches which would be there at that time. So that's the way the pruning for the shaping is done. And that was the soft pruning which I did with my fingers. So this is the way you can make your pads. I'm just giving a cut so that the thing is visible to you. And this is cascade style. So the cascade style means which is similar to a ripple or a jharna. So I will have a crown here. One crown will be here, and then I will have one branch, another branch, alternative branches, one here, one here, one here, one here, and they all will go downward. And then the top will come towards me, or it can go downward. But you have to always remember the final apex. This is apex of your plant. Apex means the top. But you always have to wire it and point it upward so that it gets enough sunlight. Otherwise, if your apex you will wire and it will go completely downward, then after some time, this portion will start dying and your plant structure will get spoiled. So always in cascade style, always wire and keep your apex little bit upward, facing sunlight, so that it gets sunlight from here and becomes healthy. So this is one thing which you have to keep always in mind. So this is the one thing in monsoons. Once I have wired these, so after a month or 40, 50 days, I will have new growth. I can again give a second cut and then the third cut in September. So this way in monsoon time, I can give 3 cuts to my plant and a basic structure will develop. The pad formation will happen here. So this is the way you have to do this branch. Now I have done the wiring here. I just want to show the wiring, which is a must for this thing very clearly. For that, I will do wiring of this plant, just so that the wiring process is clear to you. For this, I will take another, the thicker gauge of the wire. If you have to wire, a plant, when you start working on that, first thing you have to wire is the trunk line. You have to give shape to the trunk line. Branches wiring will come later on. So just for your sake, I'm just doing the wiring of the trunk line so that the wiring process is clear to you. Because that was a very complex tree. Maybe the wiring system wiring technique was not clear. So here, if I have to wire the trunk line, then this much wire will go in the soil so that the anchoring is easy. After that, I will, just a second. This is not clear. I think it will be clear now. So to do that, I have anchored, and then I will wrap I'll just remove extra growth on this one so that the wiring process is clear. See, in this is frame now. In this, you can see two branches are coming from the same point and one trunk line. So there are three branches. In fact, technically, there are three branches coming from the one point only. Can you see it? There are two branches and one trunk line coming from the same point, which is not a good thing for the development of a bonsai. So when I have a branch on left, so I will have the next branch here. I will just chop this one. The same way, again, I have the same problem here. I'll just remove one of the branch. And then I will, now the thing will be clear. You have to keep on wrapping your wire at the angle of 45 degrees. You have to maintain the 45-degree angle. Just hold your plant with one hand and keep on tightly wrapping the wire around your plant or branch or trunk line, whatever you want to give shape to. See, once you have wired it, then it's so easy to bend your trunk line or branch in whichever direction you want. See, you have to give support of your fingers or thumb, and then from the other hand, just give direction to your plant. You always give support while shaping your plant, otherwise there is chances of the brittle. Now I want to bring it forward, so I will keep my fingers here and turn this thing here. Again, I'll keep my fingers here and then turn it. Sometimes a snipping sound comes, while doing that thing. So don't bother about that thing too much. Yes, the tissues are breaking, but they will heal themselves. The healing will be done unless and until it's totally broken. So this way, you can easily give shape to your branches, your trunk line. See, the thing is clear. A straight trunk line is now have some twists and turns, some on left and right, so that there is a rhythm in the trunk line now. So this can be done with the wiring. Okay, once you have finished your wiring, don't leave your loose ends like this. These ends may hurt your pets, these can hurt your gardener, and even they can hurt you. So always after wiring, once you finished wiring, don't lose this sharp end loose. Just turn it so that it doesn't hurt anybody. This care you have to take. So this is the wiring part. In monsoon, pruning and wiring are the two techniques you have to do. The third thing you have to do is the repotting. Once your plant is settled, yes. For a second. Once your plant is settled, then the third thing comes is the repotting of your plant. Repotting or the can be done once you have shaped your plant and you want to put it into a training pot. I'll always prefer everyone to put their plants in a training pot. Once you have shaped it, don't be in a hurry to put it into bonsai pot. As soon as you make it, even if they are very not ready, put them in training pot. In the training pot, the growth is very fast, which you can't achieve that growth in the bonsai pot as they are very shallow. So always put your plants in a growing bag or a growing pot, a big pot, so that they grows at a good speed. Once you have done that thing, the training is complete, then you have to put them into a bonsai pot. That part you can do in monsoon, and do the repotting once there are at least 2 showers, after 2 showers of rain, very good showers. So till then wait till the 100% humidity comes into the air. Otherwise, you can damage your plant. So wait for that time, and after that do repotting. For the repotting, and the second time when you do repotting is when your plant is already in a pot, and it grows so much that the pot is, you feel that pot is not perfect for it and you need a bigger pot for your plant. So that's the time when you will do the repotting. You can see in this plant, this is my ficus on root, on rock, roots on rock. So this is in this pot since last few years. After now, I think this pot is quite small for this plant. So and the roots are not getting enough nutrition because of the some small place, and I want to just repot it into a bigger pot. I will not do anything. I will not make any fencing, no landscape, no pending. I just want to shift it into another bigger pot so that it gets more nourishment. And so for that nourishment, I want to change the pot. So what I have done, this is my soil mixture, which everybody's soil mixture has different formula. This is mine. So I have made this pot ready. I have fixed stickers and the net on all the holes. And after that, some soil is there into this thing. Now I will just take it out and check the root structure. See, with hand, I will just remove little bit of soil from the downside. Use your hands. Just 1/3 of soil. Remove 1/3 of the old soil. Check for any extra roots, but I don't have any extra roots which can be cut. So I will just fix a place in the pot and keep it here. So how to decide where to plant? What should be the place where the plant should be in the pot? Normally people put it in the center, but no, the center is not correct. Always keep it off center, little bit on left or right, as according to your branch structure. If I have my first branch on my right side, I will fix this plant. According to rule, I should have put it here, but it's leaning towards my left, so I will place it here, just near the rim of the plant, and I will give more space on my left and your right, so that these branches looks beautiful. And I'll fix just it here and fill my pot with soil. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing very basic repotting. Very, very basic repotting. Always your soil structure will be like this. It shouldn't be very damp. Otherwise, air pocket will be there. So just to avoid those air pockets, the soil should be quite dry. Fill it nicely. Always use your hands. I prefer using my hands. I don't use any gloves or anything. Later on, I'll sanitize my hands. But in the starting, I prefer using my hands for working on my plants, whether it's pruning, whether it's repotting. I prefer doing it on my own, using my hands. Don't take this kind of mitti. This has lots of water into it. And if you will fill your pot with this kind of mitti, which is like this, there will be chances of air pockets. So just avoid to avoid those air pockets. I am repotting with it quite a dry soil. Later on, I'll water it. So this is the basic repotting which you will do in monsoon once there is 100% of humidity in air. So this is the repotting. There are other things also you can do, as we are talking about the things you can do in monsoon time. There are other things which you can do is in monsoon time is you can do shaping your tree, you can do pruning of your plants, you can repot them. And third thing, next thing is pest. In monsoon time, you have to be very, very careful with the pest. Luckily, I never found this problem in my plants. Maybe because I keep a check on them, and so maybe, or I'm lucky. Simply, I'm lucky. That's why I don't have this pest problem. But normally, yeah, there is pest problem in the monsoon time, as the humidity is very high and plants are the conditions are very favorable for the pest to grow. So you have to be very careful with that thing. What I normally do to prevent that thing is, first thing, you have to make a solution of the Bevestine or any other uh, solution, whichever is available near you. You make a solution of that thing and wash your plants with that just after the rains. You wash your plant very nicely, give a bath to your plant with that solution. It will go into the soil also, no problem with that, but do that thing. The second problem which I have faced in my plants is regarding this pest is the one where if you while you are doing pruning, supposedly you have done the pruning in the month of June. Make sure once your pruning is done, you clean your plant very nicely with a soft brush to remove all the cut leaves, which sometimes you have a pad here, you have a pad here, you have given a cut here, you have done the pruning here. So jaise patti katti hai, they get stuck here in between this pad. And gradually with time, they becomes dry. And in the monsoon time, because of the humidity conditions, fungus develops on those leaves because they are dry and decayed. So they catch fungus very easily. And once the fungus is there, then that damages your live plant. So you have to be very careful in brushing your plant after once you have given a good pruning to your plants. Just remove all the cut leaves which may stuck somewhere in the pad. So just brush them. Maybe you can do with a hand like this, just so that they drops and they don't stuck into this thing and don't damage the plant in later stage. So do that. With that, I just want to show you what happens with that. See, the plant, see, this is a leaf of my ficus, and these are the dry leaves there. And because of this dry leaf, there is a fungus on this leaf, and this leaf is also damaged now. So this is the thing which I want you to take care of, because you have to remove all those things. So, and what I do to remove, just take care of my plant so that they doesn't catch any bacteria, fungus or anything. I make a solution. Now, so many people do. Even I do that thing. I make a solution of my shampoo. Few drops of my shampoo mixed into water, 1 liter of water. And I add the neem oil drops into it, 2-3 drops of the neem oil. Just cover your plant nicely with a newspaper, or it's better always to cover your plant with the polythene sheet. Just cover it nicely so that it doesn't seep into your soil. Thoda sa isko lean your plants and then wash your plant leaves with that solution. Do it every fortnight so that there's no problem of anything like this during the monsoon season, because that's the time. You can wash them every 6 months or every 3rd month also according to your conditions. But yeah, during once the monsoon rains have stopped, you can do that thing. Just to and even I wash it with the tobacco, which is normally in North India people use in hookah. It's available. In 1 liter of water, put some of a handful of tobacco into it. Let it be there for some time. Then strain the solution. Dilute it. 1 cup of that solution into a bucket of water, and then wash your plants with that. That's also very effective in controlling the pest. So pest control is very, very important. Next thing is, you have to, if in places where there is a lot of rain. So you have to protect your plant from that heavy rain. So for that, rain is very good for that, but very heavy rain is not good for your plants. You have to save them because that can damage and the soil erosion also happens because of that thing. So you have to protect from very heavy rains. For that, you can put them into a place where there is a shade on top, but it gets sunlight, proper sunlight. So you can keep for that time there. One more thing which you have to keep in mind during the monsoon is watering. We normally think, oh, this is rainy time, we don't need to water our plants. No, that's a wrong thing, because all the bonsai have a very nice canopy. And this canopy, when the plants are fully developed, this canopy becomes very thick. And this pot is normally smaller than the canopy of your plant. So the rainwater comes here, but it doesn't seep into your pot. So that the roots doesn't get water. And after some time, even when it's raining heavily, you will see that your plant is not in very healthy condition because it's not getting water. And we are thinking that, yeah, it's a rainy time and plants are getting water from rain. So no need to water them. No, please keep on checking them. If your plants have a big canopy and the pot is small, so you have to give them water. So just keep track of that thing. Then after that, remove all the dry leaves. The same thing, because they will decay, and then later on, the fungus will develop on them. Next thing, if you don't want to repot your plants in this monsoon, but please check the drain holes of your pots. Sometimes, because of not repotting them, they get blocked. The holes get blocked because of the soil. So, and then when the rainwater will come here, there will be no place to get out of the pot for the rainwater. So then that it will damage the roots will have wet feet and roots will be damaged. So you have to check all the drain holes of your plants. Next is, once you have wired, we wire our plants in February or in end of January, we give shape to our plants. At that time, we do the wiring. But and then we reshape our plants in July or August. So in between these 6 months period, plant grows and the water, the wire digs into the plants. Because the plant is growing, branches are getting thicker, the trunk line is getting thicker, but the wire is quite tight, so it digs into that thing, and later on it leaves marks. So you have to check that thing, even if you are not repotting your plant, or so once after doing the reshaping of your plant, please check if the wires are digging into the branch. Remove those wires, rewire them. That's very, very important thing. So these are the few things which you have to keep in your mind during the monsoon time, during the growing time of your bonsai, and keep working on your plants. If any questions, please feel free to ask. No questions?
What should be the potting mix, madam?
Potting mixture. Everybody's formula is different. I can share with you my formula.
No,
that
suppose
is,
I have
to make my bonsai soil, I take 50%. You can 40 to 50% of the garden soil. Garden soil doesn't mean yellow soil. Garden soil with garden soil, I mean it should be from your garden, very well seasoned, from your pots, from your flower beds, which is have a manure, a good amount of manure which you give to your flower beds every time, every year. So this soil is already enriched with the fertilizer. I don't mean by that ki in case if there is building construction going on and you can take soil from there which is very yellow, very raw soil. I don't mean by that. So 40 to 50% of your garden soil, which is already very enriched with fertilizers and seasoned, have seen the solarization is natural solarization is already done with that thing. So 40 to 50% of that, within that I mix 20% of leaf mold. Leaf mold makes your soil light. It's not very heavy and it becomes porous. So for the roots, there is more chance to grow for the fibrous roots. So 20% of the leaf mold, in that I mix 20% of 20 to 25% of well-rotten cow dung manure. गोबर की खाद जो कि बिल्कुल सड़ी हुई गोबर की खाद होती है, सूखी हुई, उसको आप पाउडर मतलब अच्छे हाथ से मसल के पाउडर कर लो. It should be in granule form, छोटे very fine granules. So it should be like that. So well-rotten cow dung manure. In that, I mix some. You can take brick pieces. You can take leca or these days, so the pumic stone pieces are also available, which we mix with our soil to make it light and easy for the roots to travel. In that, I mix some NPK. Say for one pot, I take little bit of NPK and a bone meal, according to the instructions given on the bag. According to that, I mix it to that. So this is my solution, soil mixture, which I use.
Can we use
one question.
Can we use vermicompost?
What should be why do you have to? वीरू जी बोल रहे हो आप तो बोल लीजिए फिर मैं पूछूं.
नहीं मैं सिर्फ पूछना चाहता हूँ.
Somebody has asked what is the advantage of wiring from the bottom side?
See, the first wiring, because your trunk line is thick, you need a thicker wire to give shape to your trunk line compared to the branches. So that thick.
And then there is another question: what kind of wires put on gauges?
What kind of wires? The voice is breaking, Ramaji.
Okay, I have a question. My question to you was, why do you start wiring from the bottom side rather than from the top?
Wiring. If you start wiring from the top, where will you anchor it? You have to anchor one end of the wire so that it will be easier to wire and the strength is there.
No, you can.
If you start
See, when you wire from the top, you can create a U and then wire the left-hand side and then the right-hand side. Okay. Now you had suggested do the wiring, hold the wire at the bottom of the branch, and then do the wiring. What is the
okay? Advantage of that is, if you will, the first bend will first wrap will come from of the wire will come from the bottom. Then there will be a support of that branch. See, if this is thing, and if I have these two branches, okay, I'll start the wiring, and first it comes from this down,
okay,
and then I wire this thing. So once my wire is here, the first wire is here, there will be a support of this wire. So the slipping chance of the wire from this joint will be less. That's why the first wire comes from the bottom side and then it goes in another direction.
No, I'm talking not about the main trunk. I'm talking
I'm not talking about the main trunk line right now. I'm talking about two branches.
Yeah.
When you will wire two branches, even I am talking about that thing. So you will wire two wires, one from on your left or on your right.
Right.
But this wire comes from this side to one branch, so it will go one in this direction and it will go in this direction. But on the both sides, the first, suppose this is my branch, my wire will come from the other end and it will go like this.
Yeah.
It will go like this. So you are talking about this bend. Why this is here?
Yeah.
From the bottom. The first wire wrap is from the bottom. You are talking about that thing, na?
No, not really. Not really. See,
please clarify.
Okay, let me try to come on video.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. Okay, this, it's not very clear, right? You are talking. You are saying, take your wire from here.
Okay.
From here.
Let me enlarge your video. Let me enlarge. I'm not able to do that. Yeah, still, I'll try to see what.
Yeah, just
I'm not able to see. Either switch on the light.
One second.
Either switch on the light. I'm not able to see anything. Yeah. Now I can see.
Okay, this is your branch. Okay. What you have suggested, place your wire over here and then do your wiring to the left and to the right. Okay. Why don't you do the anchoring over here on top, the wire on top, and then do the wiring to the left and to the right?
Anchor with what?
No, you are making a U.
Supposedly,
it's a U.
I have two branches going in these directions. Okay.
Yeah. What you're
so
doing?
I will start wiring, and then one wire will go to this branch, and one wire will go to this branch. Supposedly, see here. If you can see, these are the two branches I want to wire. Okay. I think you can see. I will start the wire from here. Let me take wire. Let me take wire. I have this wire. I'll put it here. Can you see? These are the two branches I want to wire. This will be wire will go like this. Just give me a time. I'll arrange something and then I'll do. Halti, बाहर जाओ. सूखी दो लकड़ियों का एक टुकड़ा लेके आओ, जिसमें पत्तियां ना हो. Just let me take next question. I'll entertain your question after some time.
Yeah, fine.
After some time I'll do.
Yeah.
Next question till then.
एक question ये है कि how often do fertilization be done? How often plants fertilization?
Yes.
Which is the perfect season to prune and repot. वो तो आपने बता ही दिया.
वो तो हो गया. This is the right time. For pruning, this is the right time. Or for repotting, wait till 2 rains. So you can repot after 15 days. If it rains nicely, then.
Potting mix आपने बता दिया है. एक है question. Fungicide has to be sprayed or put in the soil.
Not in the soil. Sprayed.
ठीक है. बाकी कहते हैं कि बॉन्साई का कटिंग से हो सकता है कि नहीं बना सकते.
क्या चीज?
बैनियन ट्री की कटिंग से बॉन्साई बना सकते हैं कि नहीं?
बिल्कुल बना सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो बैनियन तो बहुत इजी है. आप कटिंग लगा देंगे तो भी ग्रो हो जाती है, उसमें रूट आ जाती है, एयर लेयरिंग करेंगे तो भी आ जाती है. सो यस यू कैन. एंड बेनियन के साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है बॉन्साई, आई थिंक हम सबने जो पहला बॉन्साई बनाया होगा वो सब ने बेनियन का ही बनाया होगा. But the problem with banyan is that it has very, very long leaves, very big leaves. So if you make a big bonsai, then yes, it will look wonderful. But if you want to make the bonsai of the say size of 12 inches to 15 inches or to even till 24 inches, it won't look that good because the leaf size is very high. So try to, this is perfect. So try to make a bonsai of banyan of a big size, big bonsai, veranda bonsai or a big bonsai of at least of 3 feet. Then you can do justice to the banyan leaves.
दीप्ति जैन पूछती है, can pruning and potting be done on the same time?
No, please avoid that thing. Because आप उसको प्लांट को एक शॉक दे रहे हैं. If you are pruning it, it will go into a shock. थोड़ा सा उसको टाइम लगेगा. Give time to recover, and then you can do repotting. Maybe after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, like that.
Next
question. And one thing which I forgot. According to your plant species, you have to do pruning and repotting. Normally in monsoon season, we don't do pruning or repotting of pine and juniper. We don't do that. We do in October or in January, December.
हाँ जी, एक क्वेश्चन और है कि how often do we fertilize under trainee bonsai?
Every 15 days we give liquid fertilizer to plant because you need lots of growth. You have to feed it nicely. So we give liquid fertilizer every 15th day.
एक और लास्ट क्वेश्चन है कि बिगनर्स को कौन से प्लांट्स से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए?
बिगिनर्स को फाइकस, आजकल तो बहुत वैरायटीज है. आपको कुछ चीजें आपको ध्यान में रखना है. While choosing a plant, 2 things which you have to keep in mind are, one thing, it should have a hardwood. Second thing, it can take pruning very well. Third thing, it should have small leaves. These are the things. So for that, I'll suggest start with ficus varieties. And these days, ficus microcarpa is very easily available in Delhi. You can work on that. It's very, very nice plant. All other ficus with small leaves are also very good. Then Premna is very nice material to work on because it gives leaves very easily and the leaf size reduces very easily. So try with Premna, try with Vex Malpighia. You can try with all the ficus varieties.
Sheilji, I just want to ask one question. What should be the ideal height of a mango tree bonsai?
I don't have mango tree bonsai, so I can't suggest anything on that. I'm sorry, I don't have any.
अगर कोई फ्रूट बोनसाई बनाए तो आइडियल उसकी हाइट कितनी जानी चाहिए?
देखिए, आपको फ्रूट बोनसाई बनाना है तो unless and until you have those hybrid varieties, at least आपको veranda size को बनाना पड़ेगा. At least 3 feet onward बनाना पड़ेगा, so that at least वहाँ पे chances हो उसके लिए fruit आने के लिए. बहुत छोटे बोनसाई में तो fruit नहीं आएगा. But very clearly, I'll tell you, I don't have any fruit bonsai.
Okay. Thank you.
Now I'll. Hanji.
My ficus has suddenly started withering out. It has dried and leaves are also falling out. Just a week.
देखिए, ficus के wither out हो रहा है तो उसके लिए chances है. Maybe it's in a shady area. पहली बात कि उसको धूप नहीं मिल रही, sunlight proper नहीं मिल रही है. So change the place. Second thing जो मैंने आपको बताई थी कि अगर वो बहुत टाइम से उस पे किसी एक पॉट पे है तो वो रूट बाउंड हो गया होगा. रूट बाउंड हो गया मतलब उसको ग्रोथ के लिए जगह नहीं मिल रही, उसकी रूट्स को फीड नहीं मिल रही है, खाना नहीं मिलेगा तो वो चलेगा नहीं. थर्ड थिंग, जो उसका नीचे का ड्रेन होल है वो ब्लॉक हो गया है, तो उसके पानी रुक रहा है, जिसकी वजह से वेट फीट होके रूट्स डीके हो रही हैं. रूट डीके होंगी तो आपका प्लांट भी होगा. So just check all these things. First check the drain hole. Second thing, whether it's and the check one thing कि ज्यादा पानी है या कम पानी है. Maybe you forgot to give water to it. That's why. You have to check all these 3-4
watering points. Is okay, but root bound I will check it.
Root bound होगा या फिर उसका whole block हो गया होगा. Just check that thing. And check whether it's in proper sunlight condition or it's in shade.
Fine.
Check the place also.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now I want to show जो wiring वाली problem थी. So supposedly we have these 2 branches. Just a second, multi. I don't want this. Just a second, I'll just clear this.
शील जी रिक्वेस्ट है तो थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बोल दीजिए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल जी बिल्कुल. आप देखिए ये मेरे पास में है, सपोजिटली ब्रांची है, 2 ब्रांचेस हैं. वन इज गोइंग, एक इधर जा रही है, एक दूसरी तरफ को जा रही है. आपको इनको वायर करना है. ये वायर है मेरे पास में. I'll place it here. And first wrap will come from here.
Right.
Okay. And then it will go like this. Right? At the 45-degree angle. It's going. Tight wrap. The same way, now this end you have of the wire. Start here. Again, first wrap is coming from the bottom side, and then it will go like this at the 45-degree angle. Right? Clear, Mr. George?
Yeah, it's clear. I'm with you on that. You had suggested this. Now, take your branch like this. In this level. Not like this. Take it on this level.
Like this?
Yeah. Now,
okay.
The wire is over here. Normally what I do is that I take the wire on top, turn the wire, and then turn it around.
Okay. So the same way, it can happen here. You could have placed it here and then wrapped it on both the sides.
This is the way. Okay. So this is This is the main trunk. This is the branch. So I have the U over here.
Okay.
And then I did the wiring.
That's also a nice thing. It's the same thing. But the main
you had suggested take it from the bottom.
No, bottom, not from the bottom. I'm saying when you are wrapping it, the first wrap should come from the bottom.
Okay.
So that you can keep it here and then turn it. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
And then you can twist and turn and give shape to your branches or trunk line, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
This is what I was trying to clarify.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Got my point? See, this way.
I got your point.
Okay.
Because when I do the wiring, I do it that
everybody
way.
have, Mr. George, everybody have their own style of wiring. I'm left-handed. I'm lefty. That's why maybe I work like this.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Most welcome.
You have explained this very well. Thank you.
Welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you.
एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन और है. कह रहे हैं कि मुंबई में रेन्स बहुत होती हैं, हमारे प्लांट्स ग्रिल्स पे होते हैं.
हाँ जी.
तो उससे लीव्स बिकम ब्राउन and they get a beating of heavy rain and wind. How to protect them? No chance of creating a roof on top or taking plants in the house.
So when it's predicted, when the rain is predicted, at that time you can cover your plants with a plastic sheet. You can just give a raincoat to them. That's the only thing you can do. And then once the rain stops, you can remove that plastic sheet from that. so that they doesn't get too much of water and the browning of the leaf happens. Only thing you can do is, if you can't keep a shade on that, or you can't remove them to another safer place, the best thing is just cover them with a plastic sheet.
बस सब लास्ट क्वेश्चन एक और इंदु अरोड़ा पूछ रही है, कह रही है कि where to get the wires. ये लास्ट टाइम बताया भी था,
बिल्कुल बताया था मैंने, आपके साथ में कार्ड भी शेयर किया था. Again I'll share the card. Again I'll share the address with you. It's in Chowdi Bazaar, and these days so they keep heat treated wires also. आप उनको जाके कहिए मुझे पौधों के लिए वायर चाहिए, they'll give you that thing. I'll share the address again once again.
कहते हैं रेनकोट पहनाया था बट उसके साथ में डाई बैक हो गया.
नहीं, but the moment rain stops, you have to remove that raincoat. You can't leave that thing. You have to be very vigilant कि जैसे ही होती है rain खत्म होती है, you just remove that plastic sheet.
और मेरे ख्याल से ट्रांसपेरेंट भी नहीं यूज करनी चाहिए, वो प्रिज्म का काम करेगा.
Anything is okay, Rama ji, as long as you remove that thing after the rain.
हाँ, अगर सन आने पे वो रिमूव कर दी जाए तो ठीक है.
You have to. वो सिर्फ है जब बहुत heavy rain हो रही है, to protect your plant at that time only.
कोई अम्ब्रेला पहना दे, अम्ब्रेला रख दे या रेनकोट पहना दे, कुछ भी
कर दीजिए. जब रेन खत्म हो जाए तो हटा दीजिए उसको.
हाँ जी.
That's the only solution you can do if you can't change the place.
Any question by anyone तो पूछ लीजिए, otherwise she is always there. एक क्वेश्चन था कि bone meal is beneficial. How is bone meal beneficial for bonsai? नॉर्मली वो कहते हैं कि मेरे हिसाब से तो फ्लावरिंग और फ्रूटिंग ट्रीज के लिए हेल्पफुल होता है, बट ऑफ कोर्स बोन मील इज बेनिफिशियल फॉर एवरीथिंग, क्योंकि बोनसाई में भी फ्रूट फ्लावर्स आते हैं फ्लावरिंग के लिए.
बिल्कुल फ्लावरिंग होती है, सो थोड़ा डालते हैं, बोन मील बहुत कम डालते हैं, बट या वी डू गिव. समटाइम्स यू कैन अवॉइड दैट. आप एनपीके दे रहे तो अवॉइड भी कर सकते हैं, बट आई गिव, मतलब मैं देती हूँ थोड़ा सा, स्पूनफुल ऑफ.
थोड़ा सा माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स की कमी भी
बिल्कुल. बायोविटा के नाम से माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स अवेलेबल है, यू कैन गिव दैट.
यस,
लिक्विड फॉर्म में भी आते हैं और टैबलेट फॉर्म में भी होते हैं, इजीली अवेलेबल है गार्डन शॉप्स पे. वी गिव बायोविटा टू आवर प्लांट्स फॉर माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स.
तो वही है कि एक कोई भी प्लांट हो उसकी ग्रोथ फुल्ली चाहिए है, उसकी ग्रोथ चाहिए, उसकी ग्रोथ चाहिए.
देखिए आपको जब प्लांट को डेवलप करना है, जैसे बच्चे को भी स्टार्टिंग में ग्रोइंग टाइम में यू हैव टू फीड देम नाइसली.
हाँ जी.
सेम वे यू हैव टू फीड योर प्लांट नाइसली. और क्योंकि बॉन्साई को आपको ग्रोथ चाहिए, उसमें पैड्स प्रॉपर चाहिए, और देम नाइसली. उसको बिल्कुल भी खाने से भूखा नहीं मारते हम, बिल्कुल
नहीं बनाना है उसको.
Sheil ji, one more question.
जी.
Whether rather than bone meal, seaweed is more beneficial, or bone meal is beneficial than seaweed for micronutrients?
Seaweed का पर्पस दूसरा है एंड बोन मील का पर्पस दूसरा है.
Okay.
दोनों के पर्पस अलग अलग है.
Okay.
जी.
तो मेरे ख्याल से सबके क्वेश्चंस पूरे हो गए और सेशन कंप्लीशन पे आ गया. आपके बहुत धन्यवाद के पात्र हैं सारे. एवरीबॉडी हैज लाइक द सेशन और बहुत खुश है सबके. आपने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से समझाया.
थैंक यू रमा जी. आई एम ऑलवेज देयर. You know it very well. I am always there for all of you. Whenever anybody have any doubt, I am there to clarify. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to interact with all your members.
How do we
connect to you?
How do we connect to you? How do we connect?
Rama ji के through.
And Rama ji को कैसे करें? उनका नंबर
शर्मा जी तो फेसबुक पे भी है, सभी जगह मौजूद
मैं भी
है।
अवेलेबल हूँ. I'm available on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can connect with me. You just post your questions. I will solve. I will try to solve. I'm on
Okay.
Facebook.